Kenneth Witt, and welcome to Gundog Nation. Gundog Nation is much more than a podcast. It's a movement to build a community of people around the world that like to watch a well-trained dog do what it's bred to do. Also, we want to get our youth involved into the sport of gun dogs, whether it be hunting, sport, or competition. We want to build a community of people united to preserve our gun dog heritage and to be better gun dog owners. Tune in to each weekly episode and learn about training, dog health, wellness, and nutrition. We will also offer tips for hunting with dogs and for competition, hunt tests, field trials, and other dog sports that involve gun dogs. Please go to our website, gundognation.com, and subscribe to our email list. We will keep you informed weekly with podcasts that are coming out. We also will be providing newsletters with training tips and health tips for your dog. You can also go to patreon.com/Gundog Nation and become a member. There's different levels of membership on there. Just go check that out. Also, would like to thank Sean Brock for providing the music for this show. The introduction and the outro is Sean Brock. He played everything on there except the banjo by Scott Vestal and the dobro by Jerry Douglas. Sean is a neighbor of mine from over in Harlan, Kentucky. I'm just across the mountain in Hyden, Kentucky, and he's a super talented guy. But most of all, I want you guys to check out the Creekers. They are also from Hyden, Kentucky, and this is an up-and-coming bluegrass and country band, and these guys are hot. They're all over TikTok and YouTube. You will hear these guys because in a year or so, they will be on the radio. They are very talented. Their videos are going viral on the net. These boys are family. Two of the lead singers, one grew up with my daughters, and the other one is my cousin's son, so he's family. But check them out. Check out the Creekers. Also, last but not least, if you want to buy a hat, koozie, t-shirt, or even gun dog supplies, go to shopgundognation.com and you can purchase any of those items. Thank you so much for listening. It's a privilege to have people that want to put up with me talking about dogs all the time. I actually enjoy what I do, and I'm so glad to have this opportunity, and thank you. Hello, everybody. It's Kenneth Witt with the Gundog Nation Podcast. I'm here today in Texas at the ranch, and I have a really special guest on here today who's very young, and I just found out she's probably got way more dog training experience than I do, so I'm kind of jealous. But before we get started and I introduce her, I want to thank my sponsors. And I feel horrible because the last two podcasts, I left two off the list, actually three off the list. It's good because I've got a lot now, you know. Anyway, Dog and Hunt Supply, that's Summer Reynolds in Quitman, Arkansas, the biggest, most stock gun supply store I've ever seen. She has hunting clothes, boots, all that stuff. Check out dogandhunt.com. Most people know who she is in the dog world because she's real big on social media, advertising, and she does a wonderful job at that. She got a very knowledgeable staff. Also, we are partnered with Turtle Box. And for those of you who have never tried a Turtle Box, if you go to the lake or you hunt or you're out on a four-wheeler or something, an ATV side by side, these things are rugged. They're about bulletproof. They're waterproof. I've seen mud, dust in them and everything else, and they still work fine. Also, we're sponsored by Cable Gangs. It's a family-owned company in Louisiana. They make dog tie-out systems, really good quality. If you'll check out Cable Gangs, they can do custom work, but they make a lot of tie-outs and tie-out stakes. So if you're at a hunt test, you've probably seen it at Addyson, right? Like at hunt test, and they use those stakes, you know?
Yes, sir. Well,
they'll do those, and they have the long ones where you can tie out several dogs on one cable. But anyway, it's the most heavy-built stuff I've ever seen. And I want everybody to know, I don't just have these products because they're sponsoring me. I actually was a customer first. I was a customer with Dog and Hunt. I was a customer from Cable Gangs. I owned a Turtle Box way before I ever talked to them about this. Everything that I push on here is stuff I actually believe in. Next is Purina Pro Plan. Speaks for itself. We've been using that for a long time. They're huge in the hunting dog world. They sponsor a lot of competitions. They do a lot of great things for dogs, and they're always trying to improve the life of dogs, right? And cats too, but, you know, this is a dog show. And then next is PhoLicious. That's a Vietnamese ramen noodle thing that's a friend of mine, he and his wife started, and I asked them, they were on Shark Tank a year ago, and they hit a big deal. And it's just a small husband and wife, you know, company right here in Texas. They've been here at the ranch a couple of times, and now they're everywhere. They're in all the Walmarts. They're in all the HEB stores in Texas. I'm sure there are other places. That's just the places I know. But it's really neat to see people like that make it, you know, and do well. And it's a good product. Also, we're sponsored by Ducks Unlimited, who does so much for conservation of ducks, habitat, and conservation of wildlife areas. Can't say enough about Ducks Unlimited. They're devoted to, you know, making duck hunting better and increasing the quality of life for ducks. Next is NASTRA. That's National Shooting Shoot to Retrieve Association. They're a field trial association. I don't know. We'll talk about this a little bit, Addison, about your experience. But, all your pointers and Brittany's and stuff, those guys run that NASTR circuit. They actually hunt on those tests. Like they go and flush quail. It's really neat. It's a great organization. They love having new people, even newcomers that don't know that much about it. They don't want you to come there and feel intimidated. They have chapters all over the United States. Check out NASTR.com. And last but not least, over in, I guess they're based out of South Carolina, but Migra Ammunition. They have sponsored me all year long, and gosh knows I've been on enough hunting trips. And y'all have seen what I produce. It's all been with Migra. But anyway, Addison, enough boring you to death. I want you to introduce yourself. You're one of the younger guests I've had on here. I actually had a 9-year-old boy that was with Leah Spivey, if you saw that. He was the youngest ever, but you're probably the youngest adult. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, you're the youngest adult I've had on here. So Addison, tell everybody where you're from and who you are.
I'm from Blackshear, Georgia. Go to college at ABAC in Tifton, and I've been working at Mossy Pond for the past few years.
Okay, now are you still working with Mossy when you're not in school?
Whenever I come home on weekends, I'll go and work.
What? How close is that to your hometown?
It's like 20 minutes from my house at home.
Oh, wow. Now, tell me, I've heard Mossy Pond many times. You and I talked about Clark Kington. He used to work there, and I know it's a really nice place. What all do they have there? Because I've never been.
We'll have duck hunts, quail, pheasant hunts. We train dogs. We have 2 different lodges, and that's at the lodge near my house, and we also have the Nebraska Lodge for duck hunting and deer and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow. So they have a Nebraska Lodge, too?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is, I didn't realize how deep into dogs you were till we were just talking before the show. Tell everybody what you do at Mossy Oak.
I'm like a trainer assistant. I did it my last 2 years of high school, and I've been full-time during summer, and now I'm just whenever I can go out there.
Okay. Now, now that you're in college, will you still do summers there?
Yes, sir.
And you've been there, I think you told me earlier, about almost 3 years now, or 3 years?
Around 3 years.
Now, it's real interesting. I know a training assistant, but a training assistant, you actually, I think, learn so much because you're with all these pro trainers. Tell me what that's like.
It's fun, for sure. I've helped do the kennel work. I've been able to run some of the bigger dogs and learn everything from obedience up.
Okay. Now, we talked about this a little bit, but now you've run some pretty nice tests. What's the biggest one you've ran so far?
Probably, I ran as an amateur in a normal SRS before.
Okay. And that wasn't the SRSU. That was a regular amateur SRS?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You're way ahead of me. Now, were you a handler there, or was it a dog that you actually helped train too?
I helped trained it, so it was cool.
See there, now you're way above my level, so I'll have to ask you questions about dog training. What was that like for you? I mean, was that intimidating? Because, you've got all these people that do this full time for a living. I know you were in the amateurs, but still, I've been told now that in the SRS, the amateur handlers and trainers are as good as the pros. Like and that's pro people telling me that. They're like, man, there's some of these amateurs that are coming here and they're just burning it up. And Rody Best, I think, said on here, I'm glad they're amateurs and not in his division. So how did you handle that? That has to be a lot of stress.
I was definitely nervous, but everybody in the dog world like super nice and supportive of young people coming into the sport. And then my boss, Carter Turner, he had the one rule: just keep a smile on your face.
Nice. Is it easier to say than do, or did you feel like you stayed pretty calm?
It's easier to say than do, for sure.
That's me. Addison, I'm a 57-year-old man that's done a lot of things in life, and I had a lady judge, an older lady judge. I better be quiet, not get too descriptive, but walked up to me after I leashed my dog, and was finished with that series, and she said, "Ken, you need to breathe." And she was like, "You got to relax. You got to relax. You're going to pass out." And I couldn't believe, I was in the military. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I couldn't believe I was so nervous at a junior hunt test. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Not an SRS, a junior hunt test. So for you to do that is pretty impressive. But it sounds like you've had a pretty good schooling.
Yes, I definitely have.
Now, what makes a young lady your age want to go? You could go work at all kinds of places, the mall or whatever, but you wanted to go get dirty and clean kennels and work with dogs. Why was that?
Well, they asked me to run the SRSU, and I wasn't working then, so I just went out there a little bit in the summer and learned, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, "So, do y'all have a job, please?"
Nice. I see. I wish I'd have done that when I was your age. I wish that I was around that level of trainers. Um, Now, since you're at Mossy Pond, have you ever? And you can work. You can obviously run dogs. Have you ever guided hunts out there?
I haven't really guided hunts out there.
Okay, but now you own a dog too, right?
Yes, sir.
And what have you done with your dog? Did you buy it as a pup?
Yes, I got her as a puppy, and that was like when I first started working out there, and I kind of learned how to train dogs with my own dog, and I got to see it from like the base up.
Wow. Now, what level is it? A he or she?
It's a she,
What's her name?
Roxy.
What level is Roxy now? Have you had some titles on her?
She has her started title right now, but she's ready for seasoned.
Nice, nice. What do you feel like? See, I'm getting ready to do that. I'm getting ready to start maybe some season tests. A little worried about it. Tell me, well, first of all, have you ran a season with like some of the other dogs? Have you ran a season test before?
I've ran finished. I hadn't ran seasoned yet though.
Oh, wow. What do you feel like? I'm asking your advice. What do you feel like is the things you need to work on the most from that started level to the season level, not finished?
Making sure they won't break and like making sure they're marking the bird.
Okay. So I need to work on marking, make sure they're marking good. Because I'm
Yes,
getting ready to
sir.
do this. Like we're going to train this weekend if this weather doesn't knock us out. Are y'all getting this crazy weather too?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be cold this weekend.
That's what it's saying here. They're saying it's 70 something here right now at night. But
Right.
actually the door's open, but it's supposed to be 15 Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So now also, and correct me if I'm wrong, so in the season, you have a blind retrieve also, right or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How would this is great because you're actually helping me right now. This is perfect timing for our podcast. For myself, I'm selfish. So what? So I've got a dog that can obviously retrieve a marked blind. How do you get that dog who can retrieve something he can see fall to go and retrieve something he hasn't seen, and you're working on hand signals? Tell me how to do that. What's the foundation that you start to teach the dog to go after a blind retrieve? Hello, this is Kenneth Witt with the Gundog Nation Podcast, and we're proud to announce that we are now partnered with Ducks Unlimited. Since 1937, Ducks Unlimited has been on a mission protecting the wetlands that waterfowl call home, from the northern breeding grounds to the southern wintering havens. Thanks to the effort of passionate volunteers and supporters, Ducks Unlimited has conserved millions of acres. But the truth is, the work isn't done. Come be part of the next 1,000,000-acre year. Visit ducks.org/volunteer today and join a team making a real difference. Because when it comes to protecting our continent's waterfowl, that's what Ducks Unlimited does. Hello, this is Kenneth Witt with Gundog Nation Podcast. We are so proud to be sponsored by Dog and Hunt Supply in Quitman, Arkansas. Many of you know Summer Reynolds, and she runs the best dog supply store in the United States. I've been there. I buy from her. She has everything you can imagine. Her store and her workers, they are Garmin experts. Matter of fact, Summer herself can work on your Garmin collars. She's also a lifelong hunter, a generational hunter. She owns hunting dogs. She doesn't just sell dog equipment, she backs it up. She's the real deal. And actually, I think she actually might own more dogs than I do. Whether you hunt coon, rabbit, hogs, predators, or you're a turkey hunter, you name it, they have supplies there for you. She has Sitka, Filson, Haybo Outdoors, all kinds of clothing, boots, boat boots, deck boots, hunting boots. You name it, they have it. It's dogandhunt.com. Check out Summer Reynolds. They're on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and we are so proud to be sponsored by them.
We start with like a tee. We mow out a tee in the grass, and we'll put a blind pole at the end of the tee, and we'll just like start close and tell them back and force them back if they don't want to go and stuff. And then as they start being able to just run the blind straight back, we'll like start working on whistle sits and then start doing like straight over hand signals.
Okay. And then in the tee, do you go back first and then start working the side to side, or how do you do that?
We work on telling them back first, like casting them back, and then we start doing the little side to side.
Okay. I've got a pup right now that I'm working and training myself, that I'm teaching back first. So that's good, right? I'm not messing her up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, and then from that level, that's what you call T drill, right?
Yes, sir.
So from that level, what's the next step to teaching that blind retrieve?
Taking them and doing pattern blinds.
Okay. Explain to me and the listeners that may not know what that is. What is a pattern blind?
So you'll have like 3 white posts out in the field in like a little semicircle kind of.
Okay.
And with a new dog, you'll probably have to walk up close to it, teaching them where, like, hey, you're going to go this way. And then once they start getting good at that, you can start casting them between the blind poles.
Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm going to have to get you to write this down. I got my train of thought just got off right then. My door's open. I have access deer on the ranch, and they will scream like a woman screaming. And I never get used to that. It gives me chill bumps. And I heard it really loud right then. I was hoping you didn't hear it on the microphone, but it's crazy. You got to YouTube that, an axis scream. They bark too. Crazy. Anyway, so and you call that pattern blinds?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're sitting in a semicircle, you're sitting 3 poles up?
Yes, sir.
And then you're actually casting them to retrieve a bumper between the poles?
Well, we start off teaching them to go straight to the poles, and then once they get like really good at that, we can like send them to one pole, stop them, and cast them off to a different pole.
Okay. Now, what's the level after that?
That's kind of like
everything?
The top, yep.
Okay, once they can do that, they should be able to do a blind retrieve and being handled by you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Man, that's great. Yeah. Wow. Those girls, JC and Laurel told me to get you on here, and you seem real humble and quiet, but you got a lot of knowledge. I'm so glad I got a hold of you. You're helping me at this place I'm at with my dog right now. So this is great. All right. I'll shut up and let you talk more. When you first got there, and I'm trying to put myself in your shoes, Addison, because I've went to these pro trainers and I'm like, holy cow, how in the world do they get a dog to do that? How did you feel when the first time you saw these people getting these dogs do all these crazy things?
I was very intimidated at first because I was 15 when I first went out there, and I was super quiet, didn't want to speak.
Yeah. And I guess you just, SRS, that's some it's basically a field trial and a hunt test combined, right? Isn't that kind of how they design it?
Yes, sir.
And that's some complicated stuff. Yeah. So what's your goal with Roxy?
I don't plan to run her in the SRS. I just want to get all her hunt test titles on her.
Okay. Have you ran an AKC test?
I have not.
Are you going to, you think? Or
I might. I'm not sure yet.
I'm a big fan of the Grand. Not that I definitely can't train a dog to that level yet, but the dogs I see that have a lot of Grand passes are pretty solid hunting dogs, I think.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel that way? Is that your ultimate goal, is to maybe get a Grand title on your dog?
Yes, sir.
How many dogs do y'all train a day on average?
In our kennel, we have probably it depends on what's going on. Holidays, a lot of people will take their dog home for the holidays and stuff, but it's usually between 20 to 30-ish.
Yeah. And how many do you personally help with a day?
I help with all of them.
Wow. And to me, there's no substitute for that, right? It's 20 to 30 different dogs with different personalities. Are they all labs, or do you have some other stuff too?
All that we have are labs.
Okay. Do you all do any upland training?
Well, me and Carter don't personally, but there's other people out there that do.
Okay. I might talk to you about that offline. So what are you studying in college?
I'm studying wildlife conservation right now.
Nice. Right down your alley.
Yes, sir.
I think I may have told you that in text or something, but my son's in forestry at Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
I was hoping he'd get on the wildlife side, but I think wants to avoid as much biology as he can. He already had to take some, and he didn't really like it. But anyway, and I guess with that degree, y'all have to have a pretty good foundation in biology, don't you?
Yes, sir.
So now let's talk about the fun stuff, which I know dogs are fun. But you hunt a lot, don't you?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite thing to hunt?
Ducks, for sure.
Really? Okay. Now, being in Georgia, I learned that you're on the east, more closer to the East Coast, on the east side of Georgia. Where do you duck hunt around there? Where do you go?
We have some land on the river that we'll hunt.
Oh, wow. Now, do you ever hunt flooded timber down there, or are you just?
Yes, sir. I do a little bit.
Okay. What river is that?
It's the Little Satilla River.
Okay. Do you all decoy out in the river and just set up a blind, or how do you do it?
We throw some decoys out there and we'll kind of make a little blind.
Do y'all see on that side of the world, do y'all see a lot of ducks?
Mainly woodies, but there's a good bit of them.
Oh, wow. That's the one thing I haven't gotten yet. Is it mostly woodies, though?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything else that kind of creeps in from time to time?
Sometimes there's some teal, sometimes some coots, a few mallard here and there.
Okay, nice. Do you, being as busy as you are, you work and you're in school, do you still get to hunt a lot?
Yes, sir.
Now, I think by our conversation before we started, you do it all, right? I mean, you deer hunt, turkey hunt, all that?
Yes, sir.
Do you bow hunt?
I just got a bow this year for Christmas, so I'm learning that right now.
Nice. You'll like that. I used to do that a lot. Now, where do you deer hunt out there?
On the same land that butts up the river, we have deer that will come out there. This year, I actually went up to Kentucky and deer hunted.
Oh, really? What part?
The top, right near the Kentucky Ohio River area.
Oh, that's the best place in Kentucky. You know, I'm from southeast Kentucky, but I actually owned a farm in Henry and Franklin County. And then Owen's the best. It used to be number one. I don't know if it still is, but that's some big deer up there. Were you close to Cincinnati, or were you in another part of northern Kentucky?
I think it was like Maysville area.
Yeah. So you're more northwest. What did you get? Did you get one?
I did. I got a decent size 8.
Nice. There's some big deer up there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Did you see anything bigger while you were
I
out?
did.
Okay. How long did you get to hunt?
Well, we tried to squeeze it in between school, so I only got to hunt for like 3 days.
Okay. That's nice. Was it just an outfitter, or did y'all just find a lease?
We hunted with an outfitter up there.
Nice. Okay. Who was that, if you don't mind me asking?
It was Frenzy Outdoors.
Okay. Pretty good place.
Yes, sir. It was fun for sure.
You know, that was foreign to me. In Eastern Kentucky, there were no outfitters. I didn't know what an outfitter was. Then I come to Texas, and there's hunting ranches, which is what I have here now, which is for sale. And there's outfitters everywhere. And it's just, and here's a different style of hunting too. Now did you all hunt out of tree stands or ground blinds, or what did they have for you?
The first day I was out of a tree stand, but I actually killed my deer out of a ground blind.
Okay. Yeah, I think you have, I got a friend who bow hunts, and he's killed some of his best deer bow hunting out of a ground blind. He does tree stand too, but, I think maybe it covers your scent real well, and I don't know. But it seems to be successful.
Yes, sir.
Where do you turkey hunt at?
On that same piece of land, and sometimes we'll go out to like the management land too and try to hunt over there.
Are you all too far north to have Osceolas?
We are.
Okay. I know we talked about that a little bit beforehand, but I know they're in Osceola County, but I'm really not. And I've got an Osceola actually on the wall there.
Okay.
I got that this spring will be 2 years ago, but I wasn't really knowledgeable about where all in Florida the Osceolas were. I didn't know if it's just that center part of the state, which is where I was, or if it's north and south. Do you know that?
I think it's more the middle part, but I'm not sure.
Okay, me too. That's what I'm thinking. You ever going to try to go? If you're going to try to get the Grand Slam, like Laurel,
I want to.
Yeah, I've got everything with the Miriam, and it's really not that far away. You can go to New Mexico, which Texas borders, especially West Texas. We're not, Midland's only 35 miles from New Mexico, and I think it's probably the northern part of New Mexico. You'll see Miriam's in Colorado, but now so you have Easterns. There.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think they're the hardest to kill, in my opinion. I've never shot a Miriam, but we have Rios here at the ranch, and I've shot everything but a Miriam, and the Easterns are the hardest to me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Kenneth Witt with the Gundog Nation Podcast, and I'm very proud to have as a new sponsor Cable Gangs. That's spelled Gangz. Brendan Landry at Cable Gangs has developed, in my opinion, and I'm a customer, the best tie-out systems on the market. They're easy to pack, easy to store. They can coil up just like an extension cord. They use premium galvanized steel cable coated with durable UV-resistant PVC coating. Brendan can make custom products, anything you want that's related to a dog tie-out system or a cable system or a way to safely secure your dog. They've even made a system that works with a bicycle so you can go and exercise your bicycles and have your dog running along with you. It would be impossible for me to describe to you all the different custom applications they have, so just go to their website at cablegangs.com and check it out. But also, they make dog tie-outs, a way to safely secure your dog if you're at a field trial, a hunt test, coonhound competition, whatever that might be, beagles. These guys make the best product on the market. Check it out for yourself, cablegangs.com. Hey, it's Kenneth Witt with the Gundog Nation Podcast, and we are so proud to be partnered with the National Shoot to Retrieve Association, also known as NASTRA. NASTRA has a common love for producing the best bird dogs possible. It's a great community that builds and bonds everlasting friendships. I've actually got to meet a lot of the NASTRA members who's taken me hunting and some other grouse hunting and stuff in different places. So I can honestly say I'm a member, and I'm proud to be partnered with them. NASTRA hosts national and regional field trials that emphasize the working ability of bird dogs. They have been around for over 50 years. There's a reason that NASTRA has been around that long. Please check them out at www.nstra.org and belong and support your local NASTRA club. They do have national and regional events, and it's a good place to help learn to be a better dog trainer, a better dog owner, and to compete with your bird dog. Thank you. So, do you think that you're still going to Mossy Oak? You're not really asking to be a guide. You're still working with dogs. You must really love the dog work.
Yes, sir, I do.
Now, when you're down there hunting in Georgia on the river, you got Roxy with you?
I do.
How many retrieves do you think she's had?
She's had probably a couple hundred.
Wow. Oh, wow. And that's at your place.
Yes, sir.
I need to find your place. That's a lot of ducks. That's pretty good. So now Mossy Pond, do they do duck hunts or is it more upland? And
they do a lot of duck hunting.
Okay. Where are their locations at?
They have one in Patterson, Georgia, and I'm not sure what part of Nebraska our other lodge is in.
Okay. Wow. And they duck hunt up there too in Nebraska?
Yes, sir.
Have you been to that lodge?
I have not yet, but I want to.
Yeah, I've been through Nebraska just barely, but I've never hunted there. I've never hunted Kansas, but I've about hunted most other places. Now we've covered turkey. Have you ever ran hounds, like beagles, coon hounds?
I have not done that.
In that part of Georgia where you're at, is coon hunting big?
Sort of.
Okay. I don't know if how it was like down that far south, if like Tennessee and Kentucky and Virginia, it's pretty big. Indiana, even when you go north, it gets big. Ohio, Ever rabbit hunt?
I have once or twice, not very many times.
Did you have beagles?
We just like spotlighted them.
Okay. Are y'all allowed to do that in Georgia?
I think so for rabbits.
Okay. I know
It
we
was on
weren't
private
really-
land, so
Right. Yeah. We'll change subjects, but do you think so? Let's talk about this. Because Addison, I'm seeing more and more trainers that are ladies. I'm seeing more and more competitors at hunt tests that are ladies, and more successful people at hunt tests that are ladies. I mean, Leah Spivey's the perfect example. Now, you know her, right? You all have met?
yes, sir.
Was
Yes,
it
sir.
at the university, the SRS University, or where did you meet?
I've met her the first time I met her was at SRSU.
Yes. It was funny. Did you listen to her podcast?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear her pre SRS routine with her songs? Isn't that pretty cool?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a song for your dog like she does?
I didn't really.
Yeah. I've never done it either. Maybe I need to try something. She's successful. Maybe it'll work, but she's pretty impressive. I mean, how hard it is to win something like that. Because at SRS, that stuff, there's only one winner, like a hunt test where everybody can pass. Those field trials in SRS, there's only one winner. And she won 7 in a row last year. I mean, and I know there were other amateurs there that were really good. But yeah, has she helped you any or mentored you at all? Or do y'all talk?
Yeah, she's definitely like anytime she sees me, she's very encouraging, like super nice.
Good. Well, you and her and people like y'all are what can attract others to get into it as well. When did it click for you when you started working? Hey, I think I want to do this. Was it day one, or did you already have a love of dogs? I mean, you've been there 3 years, and it's not easy work. It's work, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you obviously have a passion for it. When did you know that was your passion?
I've always loved dogs, and I think just being able to go out there and watch them and learn, I fell in love with it.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I think I feel the same way. I wasn't a duck hunter, but I had really well-bred labs, top-bred labs, and I was using them to find antlers. I was shed hunting and shed training dogs, and then I started using them for blood tracking for wounded game. And I'm sitting there, realizing I've got these dogs, and all my dogs' siblings were going to duck hunters. Duck hunters bought them, and I bought these. And I thought, I'm wasting a good dog. These dogs are bred for so much more, and that's what really got me into duck hunting. I was always a big game hunter and stuff, but I just grew up in East Kentucky where there wasn't ducks. I mean, it was in the mountains. And have you ever been through that part of the state?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's pretty and it's different, but it just wasn't a thing. Western Kentucky is around land between the lakes and all that. Some nice deer. I mean, nice ducks, but just not on the east side. You just don't see it.
Right.
So what all you got in mind for 2026 competition wise?
I know I'm going to run into SRSU again, and just any opportunity I have to be able to get out there, I'll take it.
And how many times have you ran in an SRS, either the U or the regular amateur?
I probably ran. Did the SRSU 3 times, and I probably ran in a regular one like 2 times.
Okay. Was Leah a judge at one of those U's?
She was last year.
Okay. Remember she told me about that. So you've done that 3 years. That's
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do you feel like that you get better each time?
I think so. It's definitely a great experience too.
Yeah. Does it help your confidence? You've kind of been there, done that. Now you know what to expect. And I'm sure they throw stuff at you at those tests that you really can't prepare for sometimes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You think you'll get more dogs? There's one enough.
I'm trying to wait till I get out of college, but then once I get out, I'll probably get one or two more.
Yes. Now, you're in college full time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, do you have, what got you into hunting, Addison? Is your family, siblings?
My dad always went hunting, and it just started with a little 22 practicing shooting, and I just fell in love with it.
What was the first hunting trip you went on? What kind of hunting was it?
It was a deer hunt with my dad.
And how was that? Did you do any good the first time?
I think I always went with him, even when I was littler, when I couldn't shoot yet.
Yeah.
So the first time I killed one, we did the whole blood and everything.
You field dressed it and all?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let my son hear that. His first deer, I had to field dress it. So, yeah, I need to let him listen to this one. But, and then when did your dad does he also duck hunt?
He didn't duck hunt as much, but I wanted to do it, and he got back into it for me.
No, it's okay. Now, do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have a little sister.
Okay. Is she old enough to hunt yet?
She is, but she doesn't care too much about it. This is her first. We took her duck hunting for the first time this year.
Does she like the dogs?
She likes the dogs, but she does not like wanting to be in the sport of it.
Yeah. I've got two brothers. They're identical twins. Neither one of them hunt. I think they've owned one dog in their adult life, and they had a dog. We're just different, but yeah. Do you have you hunted? I had the sisterhood ladies on here. Have you hunted with them before?
I hunted with them my first time last year at the 24/7 dove hunt.
Yeah. Where is that? I think I heard them talk about that. Was it in Texas?
It was in Macon, Georgia.
Okay. Is duck hunting big there? I mean, dove hunting is what I meant to say. Is dove hunting big there?
Yes, sir.
And was it big in your hometown in that area too? Was it a big thing?
Yes, sir.
See, I feel like for some reason, we just didn't do that in Eastern Kentucky. And when I moved to Texas, and I worked in Pennsylvania a couple years before I moved here, but when I moved out here, everybody was getting all excited and crazy because it was September 1st was coming up and it was dove season. I went, y'all shoot doves? I didn't know that was a thing. And I got to go, and then I get it, So, yeah, it's fun. But I just never knew that. And I mean, it's big here. Like, nobody's at work. If September 1st is on a weekday, nobody's at work. Academy, the sporting goods store in West Texas are all empty of shotgun shells, Is it like that in Georgia?
Yes, sir. It is. My dad's let me skip school before to go. Nice.
Well, I didn't know that. So I guess we got cheated as kids in Eastern Kentucky. I don't know, but we just, but it is fun. And at this ranch here, the ranch beside me, my neighbor, I go over and hunt with him when I'm here. This year I was gone grouse hunting at dove season, but, do you have friends your age that you grew up with that also hunt? Purina Pro Plan. Here at Gundog Nation, we use Purina Pro Plan for our dogs. We actually use the Sport Performance Edition, which is 30% protein and 20% fat, the beef and bison. It contains glucosamine, omega-3s for their joints. It also contains amino acids for muscles and antioxidants. And it also has probiotics. It's guaranteed to have live probiotics in each serving. There's no artificial colors or flavors. We see the difference in our dogs. We see the difference in their coat, their performance, their endurance, and also in recovery. Be sure to use Purina Pro Plan dog food. The reputation speaks for itself. There's a reason that Purina has been around for such a long time. We suggest that you use it, and we are so proud to be sponsored by Purina Dog Food. When you're getting ready to go on your next hunting trip, make sure you pack the most efficient and reliable ammunition on the market. Migra Ammunition brings you the most diverse loads on the market. Migra's patented stacked load technology is the epitome of efficiency. 2 shot sizes stacked together to create the most diverse and efficient line of shot shells in the industry. It doesn't matter what flyway, what state, or what the weather, the standard remains the same. At Migra, reliable loads that perform in any condition every single time. We're proud to have Migra Ammunition as a sponsor for Gundog Nation. Hello, this is Kenneth Witt with Gundog Nation, and I've got to tell you guys about something that I've gotten hooked on lately. It's PhoLicious. These are gourmet instant pho and ramen bowls that actually taste like the real deal. When I'm out in the field all day and the last thing I want is to settle for bland camp food, PhoLicious is what I go to. It's authentic, the flavor, it's real ingredients, it's ready in just minutes. It's perfect for hunters, fishermen, or anyone on the go. And you can get them over 1,900 Walmarts nationwide, your local H-E-B here in Texas. Or you can just go online at PhoLicious.com. Trust me, once you try it, you'll keep a few stocked in your bag, in your backpack, or for your next adventure. I just want to say this, I want to add this to this commercial because I know the owners of this company. They've hunted on my ranch. Joseph, he and I were actually met in Colorado on a hunting trip that was a real adventure. They are true hunters. They've hunted at the ranch, and I've hunted with them. And Anna, she is just amazing. She's the one that came up with this idea. They were both on Shark Tank. They are amazing people. So I love seeing people like this have a business. And I just had to say that in addition to the commercial because I really believe in the product and I believe in the people that made the product. Be sure and go to PhoLicious.com or go to Walmart or H-E-B and try their product. I promise you, you will like it.
I don't have very many people that also hunt.
Yeah.
I've met more people in college that I'm friends with now that hunt.
Okay. Isn't that sad? I mean, they're just not, that's why we need to keep these podcasts going and letting people know how fun it is and it's a good way to meet people. And I bet you've met some really good friends hunting, right?
I have.
Yes. And, but it's odd that you didn't have a lot of hunters like in high school or anything that was your age or ladies that hunted.
There was a lot of guys that would, but there weren't very many females that would.
So y'all are changing that now. All you girls that are out here hunting, and I like that. I think that's a good thing. Now, your college, do you commute from home? Do you live on campus?
I live on campus.
Okay. And then, so do they give you some freedom at Mossy Pond? I mean, or every weekend are you there working?
They let me, just anytime I come home, if I want to work, all I have to do is call them and they'll let me. They're really great with my schedule and everything.
So your college is pretty good distance from home?
It's around 2 hours.
Okay. That's about how it was when I went. Okay. Do you think that you'll ever, take on the role as a pro trainer or, not an assistant, but one of the trainers at Mossy Pond?
I may. I'm still kind of figuring it out.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a commitment, right? I mean, you can't just do it part-time, I don't guess.
No, you can't.
But, and we don't want to talk about this too much on here, but, these pro trainers, it can be very lucrative. Now, you already know that it's not an easy work, but it can be, a pretty good moneymaker if you're successful and you have a reputation. They can do real well. But it's not easy money by any stretch, is it?
Definitely not, especially in the summertime.
Oh, yeah. And y'all, I know y'all got humidity and stuff. Where I'm at out here, it's not humid really. It's desert kind of.
Right.
Oh, I bet it's hot. So what's your training days like there in the summertime? How do y'all deal with that?
We try to get out there as early as possible and start as soon as the daybreak when it's still cool. And we had one day last year, the heat index was 115, and we just had to quit training midday. Wow.
Do y'all, and I guess y'all probably train unless it's lightning, you're all out there training, ain't you? Rain and everything?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
As long as it's not lightning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Do you have a snake issue out there?
No, thank goodness.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's nice too. No gators. You're not that far south, are you?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, Addison, do you belong to, I know you hunt with Sisterhood, but do you belong to are you active in any organizations like Ducks Unlimited or any of that stuff? Do you, National Wild Turkey, do you attend any of those events?
We have the Ducks Unlimited chapter back home that I'll attend to, and I'm part of the college Ducks Unlimited chapter for my college.
Oh, there's a college chapter.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Have you ever been to like the Wild Turkey Convention? That sounded bad. That's like Wild Turkey, like the bourbon, like the NTWF in Nashville. Have you ever gone to those?
I have not, but I would like to.
That's me. We're going to go this year. It'll be my first time. My wife and I are going. We don't have a booth. You couldn't get a booth. We were 300 on the waiting list.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we called 10 months ago or something like that, or 8 months ago. It was a long time ago. But yeah, it's supposed to be. They say it's the biggest. And you've not been to like the big Ducks Unlimited convention?
I have not yet.
That'd be good because it's the first week in August, so it's before your school would probably start. But you'd probably like that.
Yes, sir.
So this year, your plans are get Roxy season title.
Yes, sir.
Do you think you have her trained up enough this year to maybe even get her on going into finished?
I think so.
Nice. Are you going to try to do that this year?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. You got to keep me posted then. And then, you might as well get ready for the grand, right? Start working towards that.
I want to try to get ready for it.
Now, is Roxy a Mossy Pond bred dog? One of those. How did you get a hold of her?
My dad actually got her as like a gift for me from one of my cousins that had a dog that was trained at Mossy Pond.
Okay, nice. Well, that's a good present. Christmas or birthday?
Birthday.
Nice. I have a birthday a lot because I'm always buying dogs. So, yeah, I've got a problem. I wish I could have. If I had the place and time, I'd have a coon dog with beagles. I'd have it all. Labs, and I've got a Brittany, a pointer, cocker, and labs.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a big dog food bill. Anything else? So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Anything that you want to ask me, or anything you can think of?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I know you're probably busy. Are you at school right now?
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh, I feel horrible. So you got to study or anything?
Okay. I already did all that earlier today.
Okay. My son, we did our first podcast together last night. He interviewed me about it. He's quiet, so I had to talk most of the time. But he was at school. And, of course, they're getting ready. He'd been out stocking up on groceries because he's afraid he's going to get snowed in. He lives by himself in a little tiny apartment there off campus. But, yeah. Now, I know you asked you that, but has it hit you all yet? Have you gotten snow yet?
We had a flurry for like 5 minutes last weekend, but that's about it.
And they're not giving snow for y'all, are they?
No, sir. I think it's just like sleet.
Okay. It's probably about as worse. Well, Addison, I know you're a busy person. I thank you so much for taking time to come on. And seriously, I may message you about this. I'm trying to get my dog up to the blind retrieve stage, one of my dogs right now. And I've got a dog that I'm going to take through junior, and I've got another dog I want to take through started and junior. I'm going to do AKC too. And my other dog, I want to take him through seasoned. He likes one season title. But I didn't train him. And now he's gotten rusty because I've let him have bad habits. So I've got to correct those and get him a season. He needs one more season pass. And it'll be my first time doing a season test.
Okay.
So I may holler at you for that. But, yeah, well, good luck on everything. I hope you have a great school year, and good luck on these hunt tests. And I'll check you out on social media and see how that's going. And just thank you so much for being on here with me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hello, this is Kenneth Witt with Gundog Nation, and I'd like to encourage all you listeners and viewers on our YouTube channel to check out patreon.com/Gundog Nation. For $10 a month, you can become a member of our community, and we'll have access to lots of stuff. Mainly, we'll do a monthly forum, an open forum, where you can ask me anything Gundog related, and we'll learn from each other in the community. Should be a lot of fun each month. We will do that. So check it out, patreon.com/Gundog Nation.